Oh, I would have done.
Near the mind, our characters will rest.
I would have already done that. No, I'll be fine. Anyways, as the team moves forward, or at least moves out of the cave system, you manage to get into the bigger cave system without too much of an issue. You manage to defeat the weird greyhound things, and even decided to destroy the brain things. The only problem is, after defeating them, you kind of shot a whole bunch of magic inside of a semi-stable tunnel.
What do you mean, we?
You kind of shot, we as in the team.
we as one person that isn't here, that isn't Rialta.
Honestly, any fighting in the tunnel would have caused it. It's just bigger magic almost immediately causes it. I digress.
I was actually going to try to cause a deliberate collapse if I had actually managed to not get stunned first.
Oh,
they were quite vicious, yes. But after the good amount of the team running away, Wire and Volt and, well, Antidote and the giant robot were the only ones left inside. Wire and Volt managed to get out, but while they ran out, the tunnel system fully collapsed, and, well, Brack's the only one like 3 inches away from it. He's not trapped inside, but someone certainly is. Or something and someone. As you don't see Antidote or the big robot anywhere.
it's a shame it's not Nom Nom.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bragg that's removing boulders.
I'm immediately commanding Kobo to start digging for all of the fallen, and while that's going on, I'm going to be doing a roll call. Basically, everybody line up. Let's see how many people are down, how many people are still up.
You make a... I was about to say phone call, but that made no sense. You make a roll call... checking out to see, hey, who's alive, who's dead, who's alive and dead at the same time. You find out that the shield dwarves are still alive and kicking. Elsdeath, Volt, Wire, Trip, Slash, Nom Nom, Riel, and the Z team.
Alrighty.
Is anybody on death's door?
I think they were actually stabilized by the shield dwarves, so not anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, the ones who are on death's door have been subsequently invited inside.
Don't you mean that the ones that were stabilized have now been crushed in the tunnel?
No, those weren't stabilized. They were dead.
Oh, they did.
So we had people drag other people out, eh?
Yeah, hello! The shield dwarves dragged out the Z team. They're now not dead, thanks to stabilizing them. But the rest of the people, the High Elven nobles, and the archers are all dead.
Not the archers, they were the actually useful ones.
Okay.
So-
Since
tick,
you're here, Kobo, do you begin to dig or to attempt to dig for antidote?
Yes, I do. Right
Okay.
away. As soon as things are coming, yeah.
You begin to dig in the area where you last found them. Dig quickly and without too much of an issue. And I'm gonna roll something.
I'm sure if Rialta was here, she'd command the robot to protect you.
Wasn't the robot
The
buried
robot
too?
is the buried one.
Yeah, with antidote.
Yeah, he was like just feet away from the robot.
The robot doesn't have cognitive thought. It just acts on command.
Fair.
Okay. You begin to dig heavily and immediately, and when you do so, you do find 2 bodies buried in the dirt. One is heavily injured, but barely clinging on with a little bit of life. and that is Antidote. The other body is that of the robot. However, half of it is smashed over. The other half has exposed wiring or like magic crystal circulation. D&D
Yeah.
alternative.
Is it the legs that are all busted up, or is it like left half, right half?
Right shoulder, head, left shoulder, half of the neck, going down into the left elbow, not left elbow, left knee, busted up and cut through there. So basically, the only things that aren't crushed is right arm, right leg, and like a little bit of the right side of the rib cage.
Okay.
Alright,
You rolled a 1.
Oh,
as soon as I get to Antidote, I'm gonna go ahead and
I can just.
him and then
Okay.
bring him straight out, so he's stabilized once I grab him.
Okay, there's no way you can stabilize him in a dragon form, but you are able to drag him out.
I thought I could cure wounds, or okay, if I can just drag him out, somebody else can cure him or something.
Oops, drag the entire.
Just have Antidote heal him.
I have feeling.
Okay, and then go back in to get the robot.
Robot's
Get him out.
destroyed, but you
Yeah.
can take out its corpse.
Yeah.
You do so.
If we can get the shoulder working, we can get it walking on its hands. No.
Not how that works. None of you know anything. None of you know anything. Maybe if Roz wasn't here, you'd have a chance, but nope.
Womp.
Yep, nobody of us has an engineering background, sadly.
Where are the other bodies?
Buried. Like, you can find them if you want, but they were dead before they collapsed.
Yeah, that's the plan.
100 feet under.
Okay, let me look for them.
Dig it.
I don't think it's wise to dig too much deeper. But as all this unstable rock, it may just collapse again.
Oh yeah, but I'm just gonna dig myself this way out.
You
of it.
can take damage, and honestly, I was gonna do that anyways, so way to call it. 19. Nah, it doesn't collapse just yet. Like a minute after you leave the area, it all collapses again.
All right. Well, I'm gonna look over the death toll here, and basically get everybody to.
15? No, wait. There were 4 in each group now, because you sent one apiece up with the goblins for some reason. So 8, 9, if you include the robot as sentient, which it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the shield dwarves, so 10.
10. Okay.
It was
Okay.
slowly thinning out the herds.
So I just look at him. It's like these people didn't have to die. I
True.
go ahead and address the rest of the group, particularly any of the teams. Anybody that seems particularly vulnerable, and it's not gonna get any easier from here. If anybody feels that they should turn back, now I think would be a good time to do it. I don't want to see anybody throwing their lives away needlessly. And this might be a good opportunity for some people to at least be able to take their dead home and bury them.
You hear that one of the Z team, Zathaniel, I think I named one of them Zathaniel, looked towards you after being woken up. Antidote is also awake, and so is the rest of the people that were unconscious. You do realize we're 3 months of travel inside. It's honestly more dangerous to go up now without this weird safety compass.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Also,
not for
the
not
I collapsed.
appreciate the thought, but yeah.
I look down at the 10 bodies. It's like, okay, if this is safer than the alternative, so be it.
I mean, if you told us like 2 days into travel, different story, but a little late now.
Well, back then I didn't expect this sort of thing to be happening.
Yeah, fair enough. But
All right.
Like, not to be callous, but that is why they were sent down here. To die or succeed. And they died.
I would say they were sent down here to try to defeat a great evil.
Yeah, succeed.
Not die in large numbers due to some sort of mere happenstance type adversary that shouldn't have been this deadly.
Wait, so you've been to the Underdark before, right?
Everything is deadly. Even the plants,
yeah, I
if
have
you
been
look
to
at
the
them wrong.
Underdark before for like a week.
It was a few months, but yeah, it was not great, right? Remember all that? They knew.
Also, can we just have a rule of thumb? No big explosions in freshly dug tunnels.
I think moving
Actually,
forward,
an
that's a good
explosion in a
policy.
freshly dug tunnel could have actually been helpful.
Okay, how about no explosions in freshly dug tunnels that we're currently in?
Or need to go through.
I propose instead, how about no deliberately putting us in in tight quarters in an unstable tunnel where we can get flanked or pincered.
You hear one of the shield dwarves state, "That is what you chose to do. Like, we were fully ready to just advance forwards and attack the enemy."
This is not what I chose to do, but...
Yeah, I'll admit the flanking
All right.
maneuver was not bad. Hey, Antidote, how are you feeling there? Lay on hands, 5 health.
Yeah, he's more or less stable. Shaky but stable. Also, did you know that... oh, wait, I think I already said this last week, but you don't automatically get up when you heal.
Oh, so he's still unconscious but stable.
No, I'm just letting you guys know that. If he was in combat, different story, but, yeah. Wakes up. And I'm also going to say that only relates to NPCs instead of PCs. Because it's less fun if you don't get to do anything.
Oh, there'd just be a lot of slapping.
Stop,
Wake up!
Yeah. But anyways, after some time he does wake up and he looks towards you. Not that great, but I've felt worse. Not dead, thankfully enough. Half of the giant robot's body landed on me, so it mostly took the damage. I have a broken femur, but that will mend as long as I have my equipment with me. He begins to make a splint to make sure his leg is properly secure, and then gets a beam of metal. And who has a passive perception of 17?
I'll check to lose.
I forget where his passive perception. Oh, there it is. Nope, not me.
Luce's passive perception is 20.
I always forget that.
I have 15, sadly enough.
Okay, Toulouse doesn't say anything because they wouldn't. But when he returns, /she, I'll tell them next time. It's not important, but something happens with the metal beam. But regardless, it looks like he like flips it here and there, and it becomes a walking cane. All right, can't fight for a while, but should be fine. Mainly the medic here, anyways.
I look over at Kobo. Is he still in dragon form?
He hasn't changed back, and it's been less than an hour.
All right. Can you go ahead and dig 10 individual graves? Preferably individual graves, not a trench. I don't want to treat this as a mass burial.
So am I correct? We dug them up to bury them?
Well, this was to extend the opportunity for anybody leaving that they could take their dead with them. But if we're not doing that, then at least we've accounted for them. We've verified anybody who could be saved can, and whoever can't. I mean, if we had assumed everybody was dead, then Antidote would be dead right now.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, I guess. Honestly, I honestly don't know what happened. I looked at a gray tentacle thing. I got stunned, I believe, then hit the ground like a couple seconds later. I got nothing. Which is what most of what happened to everyone else.
I'll go ahead and dig some holes, I guess.
Okay. You begin to
Big
dig.
old glittering golden talents.
You begin to dig ceremonial mounds for the individuals that were lost. Make one very big one for the giant robot that you now have to explain to the guy that lent it to you why it's not returning.
Well, it was lost in a
earlier.
mighty battle.
Can a person take a core? Do we know that?
Do you try?
We know about the core.
Yeah, I think that's the first question.
No. None of you are engineers.
Okay.
Well, we can
I
always
mean,
try and
we've
clear
got-
the thing back out if we survive our mission.
I think maybe Wire or Volt might be a sound engineer.
That is by definition, technically true. All right, I'll give them a chance.
Since Guardian.
A disadvantage because
Because it's silly.
because it's silly and it's a different field technically.
It's clearly not in their wheelhouse.
All right, a
Aw.
7 plus modifier isn't that bad. Let's see here. That is a 12. Not enough. I would have given to you at 15, but that's not enough. No
What
one
were you
says
saying,
anything.
Kobo?
Since it is a magical construct, would I maybe get a Arcana on it or no?
No, the thing is like heavily smashed up. Honestly, it looks more like metal than Arcana magic.
Construct.
Like, yeah, you know things about magic here and there, but Kobo, you're a sorcerer. It's not as if your book learned on magic. You just know that, oh, this looks magical. It's fancy and it's glowing.
I actually got my Arcana skill through Bard.
Mm.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah, you would know like what magical symbols might look like, but this thing is way advanced more than bardic knowledge. This is a specific field.
Okay.
Tug was like, the robot is dead.
Yeah, that be beat by Arcana check. The robot is dead.
Look, if one of you were a specific thing looking at Roswin,
Yep.
you would get it. None of you are this thing.
It's fair. It's fair.
I'll give one to Nom Nom just because I feel like it. Oh, look, a 1 and a 2. You don't get it. All right, now I'm just being mean. You guys advance towards.
Howdy ho. What?
Hello, chip chip.
Oh, here, I'll try and figure it out. There we go. My animal handling tells me I have no idea what this thing is.
Your animal
Like-
handling shows that it is no longer alive or dead or an animal. It never was.
Was
I think it
never a
needs to be
mammal.
put to sleep.
It needs morphine shot.
Too bad it rolled a 1, like natural 1. There's like no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you
Although
guys,
I don't think it needs any morphine. That thing has already been stoned out of its mind.
Ooh.
People say my jokes are bad.
Anyways, you guys travel a good amount of hours. You can tell that by the compass of Toulouse, he can determine that you're getting closer and closer until roughly around the range of 8 hours beforehand, because this is what it tells me to tell you, which makes no absolute sense. You come across a very open expanse, not as big as the one you saw beforehand, but definitely where you can meet shoulder to shoulder with anyone you see and walk across. So if you want to speak with anyone, you're more than welcome to. If
So
not,
you're
let's-
saying that we have 8 hours?
Yeah.
What kind type of day is it?
You don't know. You're underground.
It's a beautiful rocky day.
Okay, better question is how tired does my character feel?
Exhausted. And not the stat of exhaustion, but honestly, it's been a whole day.
It's coming on.
He needs a dirt nap. I see.
By the time you guys realize you should probably be sleeping, you go to sleep. Nothing attacks you. Thankfully enough, the mind flares were far enough away that they don't notice anything. So you don't have to deal with the owners of the dogs you murdered. With a tunnel system
It's
and
just
magic.
self-defense.
Like, I'm not
What's
saying they were good.
But all dogs go to heaven. So,
Even Cujo.
Regardless, they go to hell.
All dogs go to Mount
Agreed.
Celestia, that is true. Anyways, you guys take a long rest, so you guys are fully healed, secured. Some of you begin to like train a little bit with your martial prowess, others of you with arcanic knowledge. If you didn't already level up to level 10,
They do.
this is honestly a soft reminder to do it.
Okay.
why did it? Why did it?
'Cause
No one
sometimes
can
my
get
players
frightened.
don't.
No one can get frightened within 10 feet of me.
Woohoo. Except for the people that you want to frighten.
Yeah, they gotta be allies,
Oh.
and I have to be awake. They knock me unconscious. No more anti-fright for you.
Okay, so tranquilizer dart to the face.
Well, so far, I think the only thing that's given me that whole condition is you, so.
Yeah. Yeah, the little guy is kind of frightening at times.
At least I didn't put darkness on the whole party.
Luckily,
Different
my
campaign.
I do not know what you're talking about. Like, my character does not even magic.
was
Sorry, I
fun.
wasn't actually trying to roll that. For taking a long rest, I'm going to swap out Thunderclap for Mold Earth.
Just remember that Mold Dirt can only move loose dirt,
Yep, I
not
know.
rock.
Well, it would have been applicable in the situation with the tunneling and all of that stuff.
As long as you're
so-
no longer making tunnels, you should be fine.
Well, yeah, the reason why I'm saying it is because I have seen people trying to use it as a tunnel boring machine.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
does
yeah.
not go through rock, and it does not go through condensed dirt, which is basically all the dirt that isn't the top layer.
Like, it's incredible in the desert, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that as long as you don't tunnel again, you should be fine.
To be fair, Brackville put forward emotion during the night. We don't tunnel anymore. Fuck that. It's just a very bad idea. Unless we bring enough wood to reinforce the tunnel in a way that so it does not collapse every time somebody casts Fireball.
One of the shield
Well-
guardians. Go ahead.
I was gonna say what I wanted to do is dig something called a tunnel without a ceiling.
It's a trench.
Those don't collapse.
You
They
hear
don't
one
have
of the
machine guns.
shield guardians does state, "Well, they can collapse if you are very bad at digging."
Well, in general, tunnels can collapse, but if
Throwing
you have-
shade. Sorry.
No. Like, have you never gone to the beach and dug a tunnel like around you just because you're bored and don't want to go in the water?
that is not a tunnel.
What's a beach?
It's
You
in the
don't
Sword
know-
Coast, up top, on the surface.
You
Is there any
know,
dirt next to water?
Like
yeah,
the
not
shore?
dirt, it's sand. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Where-
have I seen sand? Maybe.
I don't know if Gotham's
There's like
seen
a lot of
sand. It's up
dust.
to you.
Where there are all the girls with all the jiggle effects.
Anyways, you guys
Most
begin to
of the time,
contemplate
what-
Type
what
of beach volleyball. No.
you guys begin to contemplate what the beach is, or how, or who has gone to the beach, what a tunnel is, and what people do at the beach when they get bored and don't want to go into the water. I, for one, quite literally, as a young youth, kind of didn't want to swim in a deep water area. I don't know why, probably a phobia. So I dug a tunnel like 6 feet in, and it kept collapsing on me. So I had to keep doing it until I figured out how to do it.
You dug a 6-foot tunnel? I'm impressed.
You
Luckily-
dug. The thing I'm impressed about is that you dug a tunnel in sand.
Yeah, me
and it
too.
didn't
Well,
collapse.
It did collapse multiple times until I figured out how to do it.
Right sand, the right techniques.
Yeah.
The dwarven knowledge.
And I made sure to give myself a ledge so I don't, accidentally bury myself.
Accidentally, he
Don't
says.
recommend it.
Wisdom
Yeah.
we could have used last week.
Yeah. Well, that's meta knowledge. Anyways, thankfully enough, I was a tall kid, but that's neither here or there. As you adventure, or at least when you wake up, taking night watch, no one attacks you, or at least no one that you saw. Each of you notice that you have, for some reason, a sting, or at least a red mark on your necks. Who knows what happened there? Mosquitoes are a thing. Unfortunately, they're even a thing underground. You all have
Yeah,
malaria
I'm
now.
doing my Lehman's tiny hut.
You're all fine then. I was just making a joke, anyways.
No malaria for me.
As you awaken, you begin to travel with the help of Toulouse's compass, immune to disease. Gothos would never get malaria. And then you come across it's more or less a opening where there are a whole bunch of other paths, but Toulouse's ring connects towards the one you need to go. So you easily bypass any other winding roads, any other areas you would not need to go until you make one straight shoot here. You're a few hours out, but not so far away you can't, make it there by today. And when you travel there off in the distance of 120 feet, because I think that's as far as one of you can look.
Yes.
Bright eyes.
Not this big.
Oh boy.
I think basilisks are large creatures. And so I think Brack is technically too big for his token, but it's good enough.
What? I'm too big for my token?
Like, for
I'm too big for my token.
that
I
did
am-
sound weird. I meant, like,
I'm chunky monkey boy.
the
Yes.
size is not... I had him in large because large reduce spell, but doesn't matter. Anyways, You see a basilisk 120 feet out. They seem to be resting on a rock. Just looking at the ground for some reason. You're not too sure why. You also see that they have like a no, they don't have anything. You just see a basilisk in the distance, looking at the ground, like actively looking at the ground.
I will stop the party with hand signals and silence, and I will grab the entire group together, and we'll put the heads together, and I will tell them that there is a big ass snake further down the tunnel. That is a basilisk, right? It is a big ass snake.
Lizard.
Kobo would more or less know what a basilisk is. Anyone else that lives in the underground, they are very dangerous things that could petrify people with just their gaze.
Yeah. You go ahead and tell them that. Do they have like legs? Can they like climb on the walls and stuff? Or are they like the Harry Potter ones?
I'll just tell you what it describes to me. A many-legged reptile stretches out as if it has been sitting for a long while, avoiding the gaze of anyone currently looking at the ground. As it just looks at the rocks underneath its feet. So many-legged, you can assume many legs.
Many legs.
I think technically 6.
It's got claws and it'll climb walls. It's got a bunch of legs. It's icky. Don't let it look at you.
Hopefully nobody casts lure on it.
I don't know if it's sticky, but okay. Good descriptor.
I said icky.
Oh, okay. It's sticky.
You said it was. It's looking at the ground.
Yeah.
What was the descriptor? It was. What was it again?
Many-legged reptiles stretching out as if have been sitting for a while, avoiding eye contact, looking at the ground by its feet. It seems to have been sitting there for a while, and it's actively just looking at the ground.
Does Goso think that's like a hunting technique, or is for this thing for some reason actively trying to not petrify anything?
Roll insight
I'm good at that.
as well. If that was a hunting technique, that'd be a terrible hunting technique. The way the basilisk would work and how how Kobo describes it, don't look at it in the eye. Eye-to-eye contact will cause you to be petrified, potentially. So it needs to see whatever it needs to hunt if it wants to, like, petrify it. However, if it doesn't want to do that, maybe this is a way of hunting, but it doesn't seem this way. It looks more or less bored.
So does anybody know anything about these creatures?
And Gothos make a history check.
Disadvantage everyone except for Kobo. Kobo just gets standard.
I lived in the Underdark.
Gothos, you just get standard.
Yay.
Roll again.
Oh, I did great.
It's not that it does me any good. Hey.
Okay.
Me and Kobo are like, just stay away from them. I don't know.
It's too late for inspiration.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
Yeah.
Although not necessarily. I didn't say whether anyone succeeded or passed.
the quietest bard song ever. Hey, I believe in you guys. Yeah.
I know you can't give it to
I'll do
yourself
that.
though, so if you want to give it to someone else.
I'll hit Gothos.
Okay.
Oh, what is it plus?
D6.
Shut up. E6. Ah,
Not bad. 16. And what was the question again?
just what do we like? What what do we know about Basilisk beyond, they can petrify you? Like,
Yeah.
bad.
Most of the time you do know that basilisks are six-legged creatures that can climb up walls and do this, that, and all other things. Normally they hunt in various packs, but often than not keep away from each other as they can still cause damage to one another. However, they will be packed creatures if need be. Often than not, they attack rather than wait for anything to happen, as most of the time they are mindless creatures and are susceptible to not being in one place more than need be. The only time you truly see a basilisk complacent is either sleeping or if eating. Otherwise, they move around, much like lizards do when not looking for sunlight to sleep in.
Yeah, team, I'm pretty sure it's just a mindless lizard, but definitely don't look at it.
I guess it's a weird way of describing it, since you got that out of it. Most of the time you see them moving rather than just sitting down and gazing at the ground. You know they're dangerous, you know they're pack animals, but only when need be, and you don't really see any other signs of basilisks around.
Okay. Yeah, they only pack up when they need to. I don't see any other ones.
Usually don't like wait around for something.
Okay, and this one's acting weird because it's just standing there.
And how does this...
how far? 120 feet. I can detect magic, but it's not that long.
How does this petrification work?
It looks at you. You look at it. Boom.
Like mutual eye contact?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd never fought one. But that's the stories. Don't look,
Like, you can try to stealth towards it, or this is the only tunnel system that you're going through. So you can maybe like stealth towards it to try to avoid it. The area itself is pretty big. Like, if you don't mess up, you could potentially just go around it. Or like to get a better look at it.
Echo, would you mind checking the area a bit, just to see if there are any of those others? You might want to go ahead and keep your eyes closed and rely on your echolocation.
Have you decided on a attitude for your bat yet?
Only sort of.
Okay, keep thinking on it. It more or less looks at you grumpy because you're deciding to potentially kill it instead of you taking on the danger, but it decides to move forwards anyways. It heads towards the basilisk, closing its eyes, using its sonar to move around. Since it's doing that and not actively stealthing, it just moves around as if a bat.
While it's doing that, I'm going to look through its eyes and be ready to poof it if
you
like
immediately see nothing.
Yeah, he's got his eyes closed.
You literally told it to keep its eyes closed. You see nothing, man.
Echolocation?
Yeah,
Oh.
but it does have the blind sight.
Can he see through echolocation?
That's true. Not really, but he does have the blind sight thing. You do feel like the surroundings around you, which is good enough. Once you get close to the basilisk and the bat more or less pretends like it's a standard bat, Echo goes through once to get like a feel for it, and you don't see like anything hiding ready to attack. It's just sitting there bored, you think. You don't really get feeling, you just see it like not going to try to grab Echo. It's just sitting there waiting. It comes around roughly 100 feet further on, and you don't really see anything that far. And I think at 100 feet, you like lose perceptions, so you have it round back. And once again, you don't really see anything like ready to jump you. It's still sitting there. And Echo like lands on your shoulder.
All right. So, given that this thing's not being aggressive, do we want to try and just avoid it, or actually try and get into trouble?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Gobo?
I was gonna say we can go ahead and avoid it if it's not gonna cause us no problems.
You're a little far from the mic there, Gobo.
Sorry, I'm still not feeling all that great.
No worries.
So yeah, I said that well, if it's not causing us no problems, and we can get around it without it even noticing us. I mean, the only thing we'd want to check is to see if he's being a sentry for something more powerful. But I think Boom just did that.
Sounds good to me, but I think we should also everybody have a little plan for if we do have to fight it. I'm gonna let Tannhauser direct me with our brain link.
And I think I've got an idea involving Kobo if we do
I
have
think
to
I
be
see.
hostile with this thing.
I think that could work. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Now
I guess we
Toulouse is gonna close his eyes and just throw daggers wildly, so that'll be good. Brack, you got anything?
Yeah, I don't have to make eye contact. It's just within range. That's no line of sight.
You literally just said you had to make eye contact.
No, I said I don't have to make eye contact. This is literally just range, not line of sight.
Oh, okay, I thought you said if it's within range of line of sight.
No.
That's my bad.
I was just reading a spell and yeah, making sure that I don't need line of sight.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good spell. You don't need line of sight.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe we could hedge our bets on this here. I mean, the thing's just sitting still. It's not like roaming.
No, like its tail is more or less doing the whole bored dog waiting for owner thing, like swooshing here and there.
Well, Kobo, I could put the first half of the stuff in action, and if the thing gets uppity, then you can go ahead and do your part afterwards.
Wouldn't it get uppity as soon as you do your half? Because nobody likes being put in a box.
Yeah, but you have to know you're being put in a box first.
I suppose that's true. Okay, if that's what you want to do, ready.
You begin to hear
There's-
some strange singing in the distance. Brack, you can
hell?
tell that it is the Basilisk.
Anybody speak Basilisk?
Singing. Wait a second.
In any sort of
Yeah, can I
recognizable
make a-
language.
Can I
Um,
make a history check to know if basilisks sing?
Dwarvish. Kobo, you make an intellect check. You've never heard of one singing.
Okay, yeah, that's not right, guys.
You hear it
And it's
singing
singing
a
birds.
song of dwarvish miners going into into a mine, looking for ore, finding the ore, looking for a woman, finding the woman, finding a ring with the ore, crafting, creating, losing the woman due to work, losing a life, and then the cycle repeats once more. It's a very dark tune.
Very cool.
So basically a suicide country.
Hey,
It's
I
more
was
or
gonna
less
say,
working yourself to the grave kind of thing.
Sounds like classic country to me.
Yes.
hey, shield
What was
dwarves,
going for?
Elsdeath. That sounds dwarvish.
Yes. It reminds me. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. I don't hear anything.
Well, when you
I
do
start
hear
paying
it,
attention to the.
They don't have high enough passive perceptions. Honestly, Toulouse probably currently... actually, who has 15? 15 would do it. Yeah, you
And
hear the song.
I do believe I understand Dwarven because my mom is a dwarf.
You would understand the language, sure, but you have 15 passive perception.
You asked if it
Okay,
was-
then you can also hear it. The Shield Dwarves and the Z team passive of 14. Nope, they don't hear it. So you tell the Shield Dwarves, and they're like, "Oh yes, country song."
It's one of those.
Thank God I'm a country dwarf.
No,
Alright.
it's a blues lizard.
Oh, shoot. I realize it's
Mm.
probably too late for anything now, but my dragon actually has a passive perception of 16.
You're no longer a dragon.
It's the next
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
It's the next day.
That kind of stopped
No,
being
it's
a
just
thing like
before you
over
asked.
8 hours ago.
Yeah, I know. It's just before when you asked if anybody's passive perception, because I looked at
Hmm.
Kobo's and not dragons.
Yeah.
Just for.
Oh wait, when Antijo was doing his thing, you were a dragon. What was your passive?
16?
I asked for 17. It's still
Oh,
not
okay. Then, all right. I couldn't remember. what
Chilius
you
is the
asked.
only one that knows. It's not
Okay.
important right now. But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, singing a blues song of dwarven miners losing their life to work. Nothing but work, finding no love. In the end, finding the dirt grave they buried while digging into the mountain. Cartoon! But very, very dark.
Okay, so the lizard is speaking.
Apparently.
Yeah, and like I said, they don't do that. So there's something. He might not even be a real basilisk.
Yeah, it's possible. Could be some polymorphed individual, maybe a dwarf.
Slash does state, honestly, I'm not entirely sure. This is a new thing for me. I've fought in bastards before, but never heard one sing.
Is it fair to assume that a basilisk would have to be able to see somebody in order to harm them?
They...
Oh.
Just the eyesight thing from what you've told us. Good to know that. Last time we fought one, some of my team members got turned to stone. Still stoned to this day. I never found a cure. But regardless, they can look at you, just the eye contact thing is the problem. So as long as you don't, stare lovingly into their eyes, you should be fine.
So
I
can
cast
he,
invisibility on myself, and then whoever was talking, I look at them, and do you feel anything? I'm staring lovingly into your eyes right now.
No.
No.
I think I have to look at you.
Both
I'm
Slash and
gonna go-
Kobo
We have to
say
look at
no.
each other.
Alright, I'm going to try and do something dumb. I'm going to sneak past the thing and try to talk to it, even though with my luck it'll probably only know Dwarvish.
I like how you say I'm going to try to sneak past the thing and then try to speak with it.
Well, I want to be on the other side of it when I'm...
I
Draw
assumed what
attention
you
to
meant, but
myself.
that's still a weird sentence.
Okay.
Yes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sneak my way around and to the other side of it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth.
Let's have a good rock.
Like, it's not going to see you, but it might hear something. 20 is pretty good. You sneak pie it. You sneak a pie by it. Sure, why not? And then you get how far away from it?
Well, I'll probably swing as wide a berth as possible, and then I'll probably get within, well, actually...
Like,
Well,
if you
it's
don't
funny.
want to scream, like 30 feet is still pretty good.
Let's make it 40 feet.
Okay, you're going to have to raise your voice a little bit, but not by much.
That should be fine. All right. Out of curiosity, are there any obstacles around or anything like that I can use as cover just in case?
Like some rocks here and there near the walls.
All right. Yeah. If there's anything, if there's anything within range, I'll try and move towards that. Otherwise, I guess I'll take my chances. Echo, if I turn into stone or something, warn everybody, please. And I'll have Echo go back and stay with the main group. And then I'll go ahead and call out. Actually, I'll try in both common and undercommon and ask, would you happen to be a friend?
It looks around for you. You assume you, like not looking up. Rather, it's looking on the ground, like maybe for feet. And in common, it does state. Wait, what was the question?
Would you happen to be a friend?
Oh, it looks around and goes, who is this? I don't see anyone here.
Well, basilisks are always a little bit concerning, so just trying to be
kind
cautious.
of rude. But sure, I suppose. Sure. I guess.
All right. Well, I'm just trying to pass through this area, but didn't want to disturb anybody. But you seem to be rather unusual for a basilisk, and couldn't help but have my curiosity piqued. What brings you out to this particular corner of the Underdark?
Are you in the library? Are you the people I'm supposed to be waiting here for? Or the person? I was told lots of people, but I only hear one voice, and I don't see anyone here.
Alrighty. Well, actually, then I guess you definitely are a friend. Yes, I am not the only person here. So you're actually supposed to escort us then? How does that work? I don't believe we were expecting anybody to meet us.
I mean, the library told me to guide you guys to the gate. I've been waiting for a long time now, like 2 weeks.
Alrighty, well, I guess we're slow. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
In my notes, it literally says, I've been waiting too long for you already.
All right.
2 weeks is like too long.
Alright.
That's too long, man.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move back to the main group and let them know. It's like, hey, apparently this thing was sent from the library to go meet us. It's been waiting, and apparently we're late.
You believe it?
You didn't roll insight.
I did. Actually, I'm not going to bother rolling, because right now I'm kind of inclined to believe it.
You're just like, yes.
Well, yeah,
I
who
mean,
else actually knows that we have to go to the library? Have we been like saying that out loud really very often?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of awfully specific, like, yeah, especially that it was expecting a big group going to the library. I mean, I don't know if that's a normal trap sort of thing.
Hey, all right, I trust you.
So, I mean, I could always stay ahead first. If the thing wants to eat somebody, I guess it can be me.
You already have a rapport with the guy? Lizard.
It is a little bit touchy about being stereotyped as far as basilisks go. Just
ask it its name
there.
next time. Creatures love it when you ask their names.
Yeah, that works. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that right now. I'll go ahead and head back up. Of course, not so sneaky this time. And
Twig branch, break, stomp, stomp.
All right, man. I didn't know there were so many trees down here.
You normally walk there.
All right. Okay, so I guess we're about ready to head to the library then.
I mean, I'm supposed to be waiting for your team, or more than one of you, but
we appear
all
in
of
the
them
darkness
die?
behind them.
Oh, sorry. What was that about death?
He asked, did all of them die?
No, only
we are
10.
walking up.
And by the way, my name is Boom of the Thunderstorm. What might your name be?
Oh, it's Valdiskar. Valdiskar? Veldyskar.
Veldiskir.
Valdiskir, sure. I will change it probably. Knowing me.
And now I'm hearing the Basilisk say, "Did I mention that I hate the PDF?"
Those are
Tail
just
swish, tail
names.
swish.
I'm bad with names.
Veldaskir. Velda. Okay.
Vel.
All right, so
Vel, the
So,
fallen
what do we-
Valkyrie.
so how far away is the library from here?
Couple hours.
All right.
Ominous muchachos.
Yep, I'll go ahead and call the group. Okay, we can start moving up.
Okay. Everyone begins to move up. It doesn't look up, but it looks towards where the sound of foot patterns are moving from. And it does notice, like, people there. Oh, okay. Wait, why can I see them but not you? Like, looks around at the ground for where Boom's voice is.
Well, a lot of stuff has been trying to kill us down here, and in fact, the most effective attack was just yesterday. So, call me a little bit paranoid, but I'll go ahead and drop the invisibility.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's because he likes to show off. No.
Oh, okay. I mean, you are in the Mind Flayer's hunting ground, so that makes sense. Okay.
Well, being in their hunting grounds wouldn't be so bad. It's when you're in their hunting tunnels that it's a problem.
Oh, okay. Sure. Anyways, I was told by librarians to come and bring you guys in. So if you're all ready to go.
All right, well, allow me to be the first to apologize for keeping you waiting. If I had known that they were actually planning to have someone to meet us in advance, we'd have moved a little quicker. Of course, with our luck, that might mean you'd be waiting even later.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We would have moved exactly the same speed except for this last bit here.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of the whole after the TPK, and it's just like, where the hell are these people? PDF doesn't say anything about if there's a TPK.
It does. It says another party gets sent down, and they get to the point where the last team failed. It actually doesn't say that, but that's probably what we would have done. Or new game.
Or watch that actually is in there, so
The
like
past,
if people are in
yeah.
this module, like, okay, we're sick of this, we just died, let's play something else. Nope, sorry, according to the PDF, a replacement party has to come in and finish this quest. You are stuck in Out of the Abyss until further notice.
Before the game, I was playing Deep Rock Galactic, which has a game mode where you literally have to go and like fix another team's scope. It's like, they all died. Go get this stuff and bring it back.
Yeah. Anyways, you travel a good amount of hours, but not so long that you need to take another long rest. But by the time you get there, you see a pair of massive basalt doors mark the entrance to Graven Hollow, flanked by giant statues that are actually very, very big. The doors are opened simply by pushing if you decide to.
I think
Wait,
like the Basilisk goes up and he's like, okay, push.
Wait,
Okay,
it says
I-
pool on the door.
Don't know why this is written this way, but sure, I'm just going to flavor it differently. Two giant statues, but when you get close to them, they do seem to be giant stone columns. They look towards you as sentry guards and like give you a nice polite smile and a wave. The doors are easily pushed when the Basilisk pushes on them, which opens them immediately. The golems turns their head to see the new arrivals, but otherwise they seem to be just standing still. Vel
And I
Discare.
look towards Zelda to see how she reacts to this foreign concept called politeness.
Let's say well-mannered golems.
Like, what is that weird expression on their face? It's not natural.
She's used to other people being polite. She's a princess.
This is just common. If you do something out of the ordinary, which is anything else, not so much. But along the way, you do see that there is a straight shoot forwards and like a small little, not small, but small enough that only something long can get through because it has a weird curve to it. The other scare looks towards you guys, but again, not
Sentence is
at
taken
your
out of
faces. Okay, you want to go straight ahead while I disappear down this side passage. That's what it tells me to do.
Okay. Are we gonna like see you later, or did you just go down the passage and that's your thing? Are there other basilisks here? Should we like?
Nah, just me. If you find another one, you probably don't want to look in size.
Yeah, no,
You'll
that's
know
wise.
it's me if I'm staying on the ground.
Otherwise, hostile basilisk. Good to know.
Not all
Wait,
of them.
If you're staying on the ground, do other basilisks have other sorts of tricky movement?
Some climb walls, buildings, just jump on top of you from a roof. All sorts of things.
That's quite educational.
Okay, I'll be in town, but if you need anything else, I just need to go report to my boss.
All right, well, thank you very much for your assistance.
Uh-huh.
Each creature's name we definitely know.
You can just call them Veld.
The
Anyways, walking across the threshold of Graven Hollow, which you have just arrived to, is like stepping into another realm. The oppressive gloom of the Underdark is replaced by light and a sense of openness that brings back memories of the surface world. The corridor behind the gate is wide enough for 10 people to walk side by side, and the ceiling's height reminds you of the great halls of Gauntlgrim. The corridor opens into a central well with walkways crossing its span to the opposite side. You can barely see the ends of the level to your right and left, with doors opening onto so many rooms that you doubt you could explore them all in a single day. And why would you? That is evasive.
challenge accepted. No.
The ceiling is bright with rainbows strapped in the hundreds of crystals formation. Yeah, that makes sense. Combining to create a warm and inviting illumination. Looking down is a dazzling experience. Staircases connected to different levels below, and you soon lose count of. Wow, this is way too much description for nothing. Count of how far down they go. A stout, rocky creature detaches from the perfectly smooth wall to your left, leaving an imprint of its body to the wall that quickly smooths out and fades from sight. Travelers, I am Harum. The Master's heir are occupied. There are rooms I'm not gonna do this double R, double S thing. Forget you. For all of you, choose your own. The resources of Gauntlgrim are at your disposal. You need only ask.
Gauntlgrim or Gloomhaven?
Groovehaven. I don't know why I said Gauntlgrim. Anyways, Harum, a friendly Golub Duar, answers any questions if you want to ask any questions about Graven Hollow to the best of their ability.
Okay, hello. This is very nice. Why are you all so polite here in the Underdark?
Many, many ages ago, giant stone giants came here to forge for knowledge, the truth, and more knowledge. It became a safe haven for those looking to aspire beyond their current residence.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon.
Out of curiosity, this may be a silly request. You wouldn't happen to have a lost and found here, would you?
Did you lose something?
We just got here.
I didn't personally, but I have been requested to search for a missing locket, I believe it is, from a patron who had been here a while back.
Use
Let's
memory.
see. It was a pendant made from a shell of a phoenix.
Let me see if he knows anything. Actually, not bad. Although we do not have a lost and or found here, there might be other individuals in the city that could potentially help you. There is Uthar, the keeper of the past, Ormas, the keeper of the present, and probably someone for the future, but it does... Oh, there we go. Ustova, the keeper of the future. If you want to ask any of them if they've already been here, I suggest perhaps Ulthar, the keeper of the past.
What was the keeper of the present's name?
Ormas.
Orbas or Ormas?
Ormas. Urmas.
Okay. Alright.
Glad to know professionals also name things terribly like I do. Like, the names aren't bad, but similar names are similar names.
Yep. Let's see. Other than that, let's see. I don't know if we actually had a name for that guy. Let's see. Gothos, do you remember the individual that you were trying to sell the beholder eye to? One who had the magic items?
Gothos just got back, so I don't know if he heard that.
Yeah, there was a guy. Was it the one who put the beholder eye on my shield, or a different guy?
I believe that's the one where he had the items, and that's actually where I got this sword that I'm... And I was just wondering if you remember if he had a name.
Oh, personally, no. History check?
Sure, roll history. It was a couple months ago. In-game, out-of-game. 17.
I'll roll as well, since I did interact with the person and am actively trying to remember.
Okay. Those are both pretty good. Wait, what just happened? That was weird. Okay.
Well, those looks at the back of his shield. There's like the little, like, buy this guy.
Okay. You're making me go back to...
Reddit's...
You can just rename him and no one will know the difference.
That's probably true.
Yeah, for what it's worth, that was about 6 sessions ago. But yeah, this was the session where we were getting transported across the lake to Sloobadoop or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. So you probably had a crazy fish name. No, it was the guy outside that who had like no face.
Yeah, because I...
Oh, yeah. That was...
like a black silhouette with reflective eyes and gold trim on it.
Okay, so that was my thing. That makes it a whole lot easier because I have my own notes.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. Okay, I have no name for that, just context information. So yeah, so you're correct.
Name.
So in that case, I'll just ask by description.
Like, you have the name, I just don't have a name. I probably just wrote it down. Like, the information was there, I just had no name because I didn't really care to bother to name it because, of course, story reasons. Anyways, you give them the name, Oh, that's weird. Why did I think of Morty immediately? It doesn't matter. You give them the name, yeah, sure, why not? You give them the name Morty. You go with the description given, and the individual simply states, again, Well, actually, I might have seen them beforehand.
Yeah, in this case, I'm just wondering if you've seen where they were doing their research is to help narrow down my search.
Like, the description seemed familiar, but I don't know if I personally met them. From what I remember, though, they last spoke with the Keeper of the Present.
All right.
Oh, I remember now. His name was Headache.
No, that was the Shadow Man.
Yeah. Because every time he'd say a name, it just gave us nosebleeds and headaches, but we just still didn't get it.
His name. Whenever he said his name. Anyways, Horum does state, last thing I know, they spoke with Urmas, the Keeper of the Present. So they might be learning things about what the comings and goings are, but that was a few months ago. So I'm not exactly sure.
Alrighty. So
I never saw
I'll
them
try
leave
that.
town, though, so could be. Long lost lover or something.
And where can I find Ormos?
I'm afraid they're the busiest of all the librarians. He commands a network of magical assigned subterranean beasts. So it doesn't tell me.
His schedule is fluid but busy.
It is quite busy, but you can find him this afternoon having a nice cup of tea in the west wing of the library.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I'll go ahead and see if I can interact with him.
Of course, there are various rooms here where we currently stand, so if you need any of them, they're all available to you. Unless someone already has like an occupied sign on the door.
Yeah, okay. Where would we go if we were interested in learning about fiendish marriages and the melding of two realms and how to stop that?
You would probably want to go to Uthar's wing of the library, the Keeper of the Past.
That's where they keep all the gossip rags.
Records and things of that note, yes.
And I also kind of have like a personal interest, sort of like a hobby. You have anything on killing gods, or maybe like the Sword of Isaac?
That would be lore and mythology, so again, Keeper of the Past. Or
Okay,
present,
super
depending if
creepy.
someone's immediately doing that, like right now.
Well, I mean,
We might.
I'm doing it.
But I think, yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah, who's the Keeper of the Present?
Urmas.
Ulmas and Ulthar.
And
Relatives?
Ostav is the future one. I didn't name
We'll
these
find
guys.
him later.
It
Yeah.
sounds like they are the Wizards of Oz. Or Ooze.
Ulthar,
I'm the ghost of D&D sessions past.
Ulthar, Keeper of the Past. Urmas, Keeper of the Present. Ustava, Keeper of the Future.
All right. Oh no! Now we actually get to see the actual spellings, or are those just speculative?
Speculative. Let's see here. Who got it right? One too many S's on Urmas there.
And I said,
The first A on Ustava is supposed to be an O, and there is no R on that. So, but that might have been my pronunciation, so that's my bad. And Gothos, same thing. First A is an O, but otherwise correct. What the feature? It's not like it matters. I just wanted to see you got it right.
1 out of 3 for everyone. No inspiration dice.
Oh, no.
Yes. But anyways, I should remind you, well, not remind you, I don't really know if we've met before. Unfortunately, I am a animated stone, so I don't exactly have the best memory. But there are echoes here in Graven Hollow, so be mindful of where you walk in the halls.
Hey, buddy. I've known people dumber than a stone.
I said it was bad, not, not there. Anyways, there are a few echoes wandering the halls here and there, and they can be potentially dangerous or potentially valuable. Just depends on who you may or may not meet. They are Austral Silverhand, Adren Zareth, Brunar Battlehammer, Elminster Gritst, Hagram,
Wait,
Jelfin, Ablagaldra, Society of Brilliance, Zigbar, and Yolm. Okay, now I'm going to say it. Have I ever mentioned I don't really care for how the PDF is written?
Just listing a bunch of famous D&D names.
It does honestly give me that. And
Hey, is it really just turning this into a name dropping?
more or less,
Sorry, that's funny.
your current attendant will answer anything to its best of its abilities, so it would know the echoes here.
So when you say echoes, you mean like shades of personalities? Something we can
possible.
actually talk to, not like just sounds.
Yeah, not like somebody's ghost.
Do you ask them that?
Oh, yeah.
Some are ghosts, some are phantasmal entities that are still using magic to still study here while away, and others are so powerful that they leave traces of their being here. Or some of them are so dumb that they leave traces of their being here.
The force of personality is so great.
Yes.
Well, that's very helpful. Anybody else have any business?
Nope, I think I'm gonna go ahead and... what time of day is it?
Midday now. Roughly around 2
Mid
p.m.?
between rests.
2 p.m.-ish. You
Alright,
hear
well,
one
I'm
of the people walking in the library corridors simply state, "Oh, it's getting past 2 p.m. now. How can you know that? Remember, we all have sundials that don't work down here, that do the mechanical thing? I think that's called a watch, is what they called it? Yes, a watch." They walk away.
A clockwork sundial.
It's called a timepiece! Oh. Anyway,
They call it a wristamajig.
so I'll start going ahead and prowling the library, seeing if I can spot this locket anywhere, and then when afternoon o'clock rolls around, I'll go to the west wing of the library to look for Ormos.
Okay. You go to the living quarters, is where the west wing of the library is. There you find Urmas currently enjoying a cup of tea. They themselves are a stone giant towering over everyone. Yes, even Bract.
Bract is an angel now, so I don't know if he's...
Yes, even Bract, so long as he's not flying.
I was just saying I don't know what the physical change is, whether he got... It's just the same thing with wings, or what?
I just got wings and a circlet over my head, and that's basically it.
You got a halo? Or a circlet, like a crown circlet, or like a floating halo?
Bract, you can flavor however you want.
I have a halo. I'm an angel now.
Does it glow?
Well, you know, Bract, if you fly over Eldith, maybe she can be your Bette Midler.
Oh.
Everybody. No, I was thinking
Everyone-
I
Betty.
don't know
Sorry.
who that is, so
She could be the wind beneath your wings.
No one laughed.
Okay.
Anyway.
I did not claim that was going to be funny.
Anyways. Urmos, the Keeper of the Present, is the busiest of the librarians. He commands a vast network of magical augmented subterranean beasts, which he uses as messengers, as you see him currently sitting down, delivering messages here and there to these creatures, and they go out and, well, deliver them. Some return with missives in turn, and he continues to read them while you're approaching him, sending news from the giant throughout the Underdark, and sometimes from the dream of the surface world, as many people call it, since not a lot of people go there. Stonepicker. What technically can I tell you?
Hello, might I ask a quick question regarding beep?
Sorry, I'm trying to quickly read this.
Would have been great if we had a Kenku on the team, because they could, like, regurgitate that noise.
He does look towards you, and somebody does state, "Oh, welcome. You mentioned Gregory, correct? Let's see here." They open a tome and begin to, like, flip until
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
Let's see here. Right. Oh, wait, now I know what happened. That's why I have no name there. Because it was his pendant. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Yeah,
I told you.
Kobo,
his
you were
name was
correct.
headache.
Good on you.
Yeah. Every time we tried to hear his name, he'd give us a nosebleed and we'd never understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Way to go.
No.
Way to go. Anyways, our master state. Very well then. Blah, 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 or whatever his name is. Headache. I was here roughly, give or take 4 months ago, but has since traveled abroad. They did leave this though. They like hold up a feather with like crimson red on it, swivering into a golden yellow sunset.
Really?
Tim Allen shows up for like 5 seconds there. Okay.
So it's like a phoenix feather kind of a look. Is that what?
Yeah.
Like a sunset feather? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Alright, I guess it's weird because I've got in the description from the session where I was sent on the quest that the pendant was made from the shell of a phoenix, which admittedly the word shell did strike me as being kind of odd,
Uh-huh.
but maybe that was supposed to be feather?
It was metaphor. The shell of a phoenix, quite literally, it's its feathers.
Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, yeah,
Just-
he's in fact tasked
Just
me to
boom.
retrieve...
Oh, I get it. No.
Hey, you learn something new every year in the Underdark.
Now, it was me wanting to see if you'd, like, try to find anything else that resembles it. Like, okay, they said shell, right? What does that mean? Clearly, it's not a feather.
The crab phoenix.
Alright.
The shell could also
Well,
potentially
it could
be...
an eggshell.
Yeah, I was
because
gonna say
of the
the-
bird. Birds come
when
with
it's
eggs.
truly
Could be.
born, which would be the shell of it. But in the same turn, it could also be this feather. You don't know how phoenixes are born, just reborn. You know that by lore.
So, alrighty, but yeah, I was tasked by him to find his misplaced item and return it to him.
Roll persuasion with
and
advantage.
just to make,
But go on.
and just to make sure this thing actually does look like a pendant, then.
It does. Like, it looks like a feather. It is in the shape of a pendant, but it looks like a feather. I'm not saying it is a feather.
All right. Oh, good thing it's advantage.
Yeah. And a
I
4.
mean, not that the...
And
Oh,
a 2.
well, never mind.
Ooh.
The way around. The man looks towards you. Present keeper. The man looks towards you and he does state, And I suppose you have some sort of missive or general work papers to complete this.
More or less. He gave me this envelope. I don't actually have to deliver it. Just put it in the envelope and it delivers itself. I just hand over the envelope.
Yeah. You hand him an envelope, and since this man knows him, he's easily able to detect it. Oh, yes. Transportation spell intertwined with the envelope. This does seem like his work. Very well, then. It is your job, so he gives you an envelope back and, like, hands you the pendant. Go ahead and place it inside.
All right, which I will happily do in his presence and fold over the envelope. Or I'm assuming there's a flap on it.
Lickety lick.
It tastes awful. It tastes like, have you ever had Vegemite?
Like envelope glue?
No. It tastes like Vegemite, but it soured heavily.
Oh, dear.
There are a lot of normal foods I refuse to try. Vegemite will probably never end up touching my tongue.
Come on, it's just fermented yeast.
Anyways, it soured very, very
Tastes
hard.
like,
Go ahead.
tastes like raw chopped onions for Dave.
Really? I can't stand cilantro. It tastes like hatred.
Anyways, it's not pleasant, but it is closing soon afterwards, and when that happens, you see that the pieces of paper, well, not the pieces of paper, what? The envelope begins to fold on itself continuously until you see it no more. And then you see something in the exact same place begin to unfold from it. And then out pops a small egg, like the size of a penny or a coin, because not everyone's American.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that part of it.
Yeah.
Looks like a finch's egg.
What was your bargain again?
He gives me a
I got that
rapier in
wrong.
advance, and all I gotta do is find his pendant and mail it back to him.
This is not part of the bargain.
And
Alright.
there's something about a phoenix involved in that?
The pendant was made from the shell of a phoenix, for varying definitions of shell.
Anybody know?
Hermos does-
Anybody know anything about eggs?
Who knows anything about eggs?
I know all
They're
sorts of stuff
tasty.
about eggs.
Maybe
even though I
Nom
usually
Nom.
only fry them or boil them.
Honestly, probably just nom nom.
I'm gonna just hold it up to Ormos and like, do you know what this means? I wasn't expecting a return item from the mailing.
Possibly. I'm gonna have him roll.
It's the weirdest receipt ever.
Yeah. You do
Oh my
see
God.
Nom Nom look towards it, and goes like, "That's an egg.
He doesn't go, oh, nom nom nom.
It would look very good in a biscuit." Boiled, scrambled, poached.
That is what it,
That's what he says. However,
literally nom nom nom.
yes. Hermos, on the other hand, looks towards it and he does state, well, I don't exactly know what it is. It is something of present and of mind. If I had to guess, maybe this is a tip of some sort, but not something of my current knowledge set. Perhaps look to Earthar if it was premeditated and something they already thought of before doing it immediately.
Alrighty, well, I guess I'll have to ponder this mystery while I'm here at the library. Otherwise, I thank you for your help, and I am sure Beep also thanks you for your assistance today.
Of course. Not a problem at all. If there is nothing else, while you've been talking, he's like been doing paperwork here and there and stuff like that. Just let me know.
Oh, hey, you're the
Alright.
present guy, right? Yeah?
Yes.
Where should we be looking, like, right now?
That is for you to decide. I just archive the present.
Ah,
So we have to talk to the future guy.
I
future-
suppose, if that's the
Screw
way
the
you
future guy.
interpret your present.
If you see the present, then you know what's happening here in the present. Where would we be trying to look to stop it?
Right now,
currently
I see
here.
you here.
You don't
Yeah.
see all present, just localized? That's
No,
not
I want to go
No.
see the Keeper of the Past. That's where the Golem guy said to go.
Yeah, that's what he says. Ermos does state, I see various assortments of presents all around and what's going on. Not all at the exact same time, though. Or else I would be a divine being.
Oh, you got any eyes on, like, a fiendish wedding preparation?
You see, he was doing paperwork in the background, like when you were talking and when you mentioned this. He's more or less distracted doing his work, but when you mention this, you see him like stop and is at attention. What do you mean by that?
We don't want that to happen.
That is concerning. I did have feelers out in the world currently that gave mention to this, so I've been looking into this type of event. Unfortunately, and I suppose fortunately, there were some demon lords here in a weakened state, but now they have been reinformed in their strong state, as one would call it. I suppose full. And right now they are making their way towards one another. However, have yet to get there. It will take but a month until they arrive there, so it is still some time to do something.
And presently, where do they plan to meet?
Presently, that information is not available to me.
But they are moving together. If you were to say, like, on a map, do you have a map or something like that?
Yes, I do. He brings more or less a map of the Underdark, but it is expansive and three-dimensional.
Okay. Where are they now?
Right now, one is by Evernight Grove, and the other one is by that is me, not him. One is currently by Neverlight Grove, and the other is by Grocklestolf.
What settlements lie in between them? What is the middlemost one?
Blingdenstone, Sloopadoop, or Montel Dareth.
And
There
how long would it...
Are a variety of settlements there.
And I know you're the present guy, but at the rate that they're currently moving, how long is it going to take them to meet up?
Roughly around a month and a half.
In one of those three cities. Okay. That's great knowledge. That's good to know. Yeah, so we want to be there in a month. We already kind of ruined the wedding in the fungus town. I don't... It was Blingdenstone. Yeah, we already kind of ruined their their wedding preparations in Blingdenstone. They might try for that again, but things were pretty crazy in Sloopadoop the last time we were there.
Then perhaps after speaking with the Keeper of the Past, speak with the Keeper of the Future to see what lies ahead.
Yeah, the future guy. Yeah.
They
Both of
are
us has, like,
more or less frantic right now. I don't really know why. We don't usually talk with one another.
both of them, or
The Keeper of the Future.
just the future guy? Yeah, well, he wouldn't know what's going on, would he?
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. We all have our separate jobs. We don't exactly cross-pollinate with one another, even though that would make sense. But apparently the PDF says you don't.
Gothos is just being dismissive of a future teller because he's a paladin of adventure and gambling to some extent. So he's like,
Yeah.
if you can tell the future, it's not gambling, so what's the point? You're just following a plan. You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Counting cards, Gothos.
But right now
That's just skill.
Astava, the Keeper of the Future, is spending most of their time in constant meditation, transcribing their visions as time moves forwards. They have been at a mad dash pace with that work. Again, not really sure why, but you can ask them if you desire.
Yes, we could talk to him after we talk to the past guy. I got some,
You have time.
questions for this fella.
You don't have to do it immediately.
Yeah, we got a month.
Yes.
How far is it from here to those 3 cities?
From here to those 3 cities, it is a couple weeks away, like 2 weeks. So you have downtime right now, so you don't have to like immediately rush over there to save the day. And even still, they might not be like in the epicenter of that. They might go somewhere else, so you might have more time. But at the very least, you have a month.
Okay.
Yeah. But with a month's time, speaking with the man at present, looking for the man at the future, but before that, looking towards with the man of the past. I did say man, but the person of the future is a woman. Anyways, you begin to head over there, but that will have to wait until next time, as we end the session.